Hello and welcome everyone, this is the VG Pierce. I'll be coming at you with some cross-platform cup, and we are going to be covering round 2 action where Team PlayStation is going to be taking on Team Xbox, and we are going to jump straight into it. After a quick little recap, we did see Calcium Cast for the PlayStation crew with this Chaos Dwarf team taking the win away from Glasshammer, the Xbox crew on the number 3 board, and then iMedia player taking out Blade for the number 4 board, Undead versus Dark Elf. And today we're going to see a couple of games from the cross-platform cup. Unfortunately, I did not do any of the predictions for this because I don't really know the players too well, and so why make a fool of myself? But we are going to see the number 2 board, Gerdleah. It's going to be Skaven taking on Gnomeslayer, the Bretonnian team, and let's see who's going to get the better of that one. And we are going to be taking off on the replay. I have to say though, even though the Xbox crew has been losing quite a number of matches, there has been some good games between them. And quite honestly, sometimes I don't always get to see all these other players play, and it's really wonderful to see how they shape up and how well of a competition they're going to be. But now it is going to be the Bretonnian team. And this is Gnomeslayer, Bretonnian team, and he's going to be facing off against Gerdleah. The Skaven team, say cheese! And he does have a Rat Ogre. And let's see what the kickoff's going to be about as we start up the game. And right now, Xbox, they need to make sure they get a couple of wins here and stifle up this PlayStation crew, because if they get swept in this tournament, I don't know what kind of face they'll be able to return home to, because what? I wouldn't say an embarrassment, but it would definitely be quite demoralizing. But let's go ahead and take a look at both these team skills as we are about to set for the kickoff, and it appears that the Skaven team will opt to kick off to the Bretonnian team. So let's see. We got a good runner here with Blodge with that sidestep, another one here with the Blodge, and then Raj for this Skaven. Gutter runner, and then this here strip ball with the Dauntless, and also the Raj ability with that one. Storm Vermin, definitely want to get the claw if you could definitely do so, and since you are able to choose the skills, why not just go ahead and take on the couple of claws. Mighty Blow in this one here with the tackle ability, and then Juggernaut for the Rat Ogre for a little bit of insurance, and then Pro as well as having a few line rats up in the front line. Accurate for the thrower, and this Skaven team is pretty darn threatening. Hey, what's going on, scum? They return to the Jack Bauer room for the interview. Nice. Bretonnian team now. They are definitely a crew not to be underestimated. They do have their blockers with both of them with the guard ability, and they're going to have a few linemen up in the front line. This one with the dirty player, and then this blocker here up in the front, or actually on the left side, with that guard and the tackle ability leader, and the sure hands Blodge for that one, and then more Blodge of course with that guard ability, and then tackle Mighty Blow for this one here, and then the tackle and the Mighty Blow for this other knight, and then the blocker with that Mighty Blow piling on with the tackle ability on him. So we'll try to be catching up to those Dawn Rats and taking them out. A couple of extra linemen to come in for the Bretonnian team, and we are on the way. Definitely the biggest danger that the Skaven team will have to watch out for are the fouls that the Bretonnian team will commit on them. Sure, there's no bribe or anything like that, because both these sides very similar in team value, 1500 on both sides. Basically, you were able to create a team value of up to 1150 when creating, and then afterwards 14 skills, and then a max of 3 doubles, and then a max of 3 skills per each player. So we'll see how this is going to turn out for either of these sides. And it looks like we have an extra fan factor for the Bretonnian team, so might come out a little bit better and not giving up those extra little rerolls here and there. And there's the kick. Line Rat will be jumping in there and will be putting the ball wherever the heck he wants to. Of course, he's going to kick it short, just in case maybe there's a blitz or something like that. But it appears that it is not going to be so. Kicking it short also has the advantages of forcing them to sit in the midfield for a little bit. Obviously, the Bretonnian team would like to just hold the ball for all 8 of the rounds, and you don't always want to kick it deep because then he'll have a couple of rounds to make it all the way up the pitch and then afterwards cage up. But kicking it short like this will mean that he'll be able to cage up early, but will be stuck in the midfield for a little bit. So with the Rat Ogre in hand for the Skaven team, he's able to get the blitz off with the Rat Ogre, jump into the cage, and be a real menace, because with that prehensile tail will mean that the ball carrier won't easily be able to dodge away. And with him being a 5 strength personnel as well, it's not going to be something that it'll be easy to dislodge as well. So that's the nice thing about having that Rat Ogre, a nice little cage buster, a big bone in other people's throats, especially in their cage. And better watch out. If they're not able to get those rolls going, then they could be in for a long one today. Might be able to turn around simply because of that Rat Ogre. So that's the nice thing here. That's why I always say that, yeah, okay, for any Skaven coaches out there, I like the Rat Ogre, but definitely only for the much later in team values and if you have loads of extra money to spend, because he's a really, really big piece to have and a huge team value sink if you're going to take him on your team. But yes, he can be quite useful, and honestly, he can bash back, right? With that Mighty Blow inherent, he could definitely do some damage, and you never know when that's going to come in handy. The Bretonnians have been promised a year's supply of soap if they win, which I reckon is half a bar, hey? Well, it appears the Skaven team will start off early and get the armor value break, get the KO on the Bretonnians, and that will be nice. Actually, it looks like it's going to be the Skaven's going to get broken early. I missed that one there. We'll get KO'd first, and then Skaven team will be able to equalize with that nice little KO. And that's going to be nice. Neither one of them losing anything too huge. Linemen, both of them with the level 1. So not any big misses there. Bretonnian team now will be moving up and should be able to cage up pretty hard. Skaven team's going to opt to hang back for the time being and not going to move in and try to get too aggressive as of yet. Of course, normally the thing about playing at the higher levels, you don't normally want to show your hand too quickly. You want to just play a few rounds, get a little comfortable, and then after that, get into your strategy. Maybe some aggressive play, maybe just to try to stop them up, whatever you have planned up. And then after that, execute and take that ball away, or even just stifle them up in some sort of way. Too bad the Skaven team did not get lower in team value. Maybe a strategy that could have been had is not get all the skills, get under in team value, and then guarantee yourself at least a inducement here and there, because whenever these teams were making it, they were supposed to make it without the knowledge of the other person, and so whenever you were doing it, there was no way to really know how they were going to plan the teams. And moreover, neither side knew which race they were going to choose. So it was just one of those things where coaches would have had to guess what they were going to play against, and then afterwards just take the best skills that you think would have been nice to have against someone who would have likely have taken, say, the Skaven race or a Dark Elf race or even a Wood Elf race or something like that. So that's the thing here today. And nice stun right there, and that's going to be great. And that is actually on a guard piece. And like I said before, he's got that 5 strength for that Rat Ogre, so not an easy piece to dislodge. And obviously he's going to stick 2 guys right on that ball carrier. And this one with that tackle ability going to make things a whole lot more uncomfortable. But unfortunately, just a push right here would have liked to have pushed him down instead. But actually, he's going to push him into a much better spot here and help out against that gutter runner to remove the tackle, not gutter runner, but the tackle storm vermin, and then should be able to maybe dodge away a little bit easier. But it's still going to be a 4+. Don't forget, it does have prehensile tail, and he's only got 3 agility here. And oh yes, a nice big injury there. Open up the things on the left side. So now the ball carrier has somewhere to go along this left side and might be able to take advantage. But we'll see how this Bretonnian team is going to dislodge this man here. It's going to be the storm vermin that's going to get hit, I think. But the 4+ dodge, I think, might have to be coming out pretty soon here. Does have that dauntless, so actually might be able to get the blitz off here. Yeah, that might actually be the thing here. Yeah, it's good to get the blitz. And the Dauntless is going to fail, so he's got to reroll the one-die block. And, oh, luckily, defender stumbles on the one-die block. Just needed to get a push, but boy, oh boy, that almost ended up disastrously. But luckily, we'll have to reroll the one-die block. Not going to get nuffled here, and so we'll be able to get that blitz away and tuck that ball carrier a little bit safer. Scum says, so far the Bretts have been tricking into cheese-scented perfume. A cunning plan. Indeed it is. And Wild Animal and the Pro is going to fail. Trying to get that Pro reroll on, and not going to be able to get him back up. That's why we get Pro, isn't it? Not only that, but for the bashes, but for sure, definitely would have been nice to get himself back up and then get into range yet again. That was the prime opportunity in the last bit, but unfortunately, not going to work out so well for the Skaven team. And really, it was just this push right here. Maybe we thought to not have done that. That would have been a little bit better there, so that he wouldn't have this block right there to come in. So a small miss here by the Skaven team, actually getting that push here on this blocker. Really wanted to get those bashes up. I can't necessarily blame him here. It's something that you'd have to look ahead into, but for sure what it did do was help out, put the guard into a better position on that Storm Vermin, and was able to get an easier 2-die block on him. I think anyways he would have been able to get a 2-die block, but definitely would have been a little bit more difficult. Instead, he was able to use him to do the block. And now the left side is a little bit more open, and trying to get a little bit away from the danger and away from that Rat Ogre. As I said before, a real cage cracker, and he is going to be lying all the way to the right side. Really want to get away from him, and then a nice KO here. So more armor value breaks. Did get an injury early, a couple of KOs even, and so Bretonnian team, I think, has done enough on the armor value breaks to really do well. And now, with him being up in numbers, let's get the boot in. And he will start off with the dirty player, and he will get that stun. That is great. Keep that Rat Ogre away from the cage, and get to the left side, and try to move up the pitch pretty soon here. Get that Storm Vermin, get that blitz here. Try to take him out. He's got a little bit of opening here, so might actually stick a couple of gutter runners right there. We'll see though. He's gonna get the blitz, gonna move the Storm Vermin back, and will he put the gutter runners right there? I don't know. I don't think so though. Neither one of them is gonna have that sidestep ability, so not necessarily a good idea at the point. This one does, but with him doing it by himself, I don't think that would be quite ideal whatsoever. So gutter runner's gonna stay back, play a little safety. Bretonnian team's not going to be moving the ball up too far up the pitch as of yet. King, nice to see you today. Who you rooting for? Looks like you're going for what, the Bretonnian team, or are you just kind of groaning there? We'll try to get that blitz here. We'll be able to get that line rat out in front, and I do believe it's going to move the cage up a little bit more. Why not? It's going to be turn 5, turn 6 coming up, so you really want to get as close as you possibly can before the end of the first half. And so far, this Bretonnian team, besides a little bit of a drama there by the Rat Ogre and the Storm Vermin, was able to get away from the danger and should be getting a little bit easier time. That touchdown there, finally the foul, will be able to produce a KO, and we'll be able to move away here and get that Rat Ogre away. That is pretty good stuff here. 3 KOs, 1 injury, whereas only 1 KO for the gutter runners and the rest of the crew. The Skaven crew here won't get too much more. Trying to get some more injuries though. Does have that mighty blow with that claw tackle Storm Vermin, but for right now, boy, oh boy, these armor value breaks haven't been too good for the Skaven team here, and Bretonnian team will take that for the time being. Looks like the line rat, yes, gonna jump away, and will be able to get away with the 4+3+, and get himself into a lot better position here. That is pretty good stuff. Didn't go down to that dodge, and will be able to have another piece here for the defense. 3 more turns left to play. Skaven team hoping to stifle them up. Looks like though the Bretonnian team has done enough should be able to get a nice little screen here along the right side, and might be able to take advantage here in the next bit. But the Skaven team, very quick on their feet and also quite dodgy. Should be able to get yet another net up against the cage and stifle things up in that manner. But maybe a couple more injuries and should be guaranteeing himself this touchdown coming up, I think. Right now, basing him up. And not wanting to make things too easy here for the Skaven team. Does have that tackle with the mighty blow. We should see the piling on afterwards. Why not? This is the prime opportunity, but gonna get that KO, and that is tremendous. Ah, yes, you love the Bretonnian teams, huh? You wish you see them more? Well, here we go. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be quite interesting. And before the agility access, the Knights just was a little bit uncomfortable to deal with and very uncomfortable to shape up, but with the access to the agility was able to get that dodge and makes them a whole lot better and a whole lot more threatening. Come on, Scum, you know you love the fouls. Anytime you can try to produce some more injuries and some more blood on the pitch, definitely for it, right? I know you, man. We'll get the nice hit, armor value break here with that line rat punching back himself, Pepperjack. Oh, he's a slimy one, and the guts runner is gonna jump away from that front line, even with the tackle, won't be stopped. 2 more turns left, and honestly, if the Bretonnian team lines up correctly, gets that cage up nice and proper, then this should be almost a guarantee coming up. But we'll see what this is going to come out here. Let's see how he's going to position his pieces. This is going to be the key right here. And will the Skaven team try to do something fancy here? Will he jump in with his gutter runners? A little bit too early to do that. I wouldn't do it if I was the Skaven team. Just keep all the pieces as alive as possible. There's a bunch of KOs right now, so you definitely need to watch out. Nice little piling on here. We'll be able to produce yet another KO, and so another big piece going out. And remember, there's no inducements on either side, so statistics say only 50% of these guys are going to come back, and which 2 or 3 is going to come out? There are a lot of nice pieces in there that the Skaven team really needs to come back if he's going to make any type of headway in the second half. Hell, he might even have to score it quite early. What's with all these defective peons? So much dirt on the extra armor. Yes, there, the gutter runner will jump away and try to open things up here on this back right side. If he can get all of these dodges here, and he does, and he's going to go for it. Why not? But the go for it roll itself is going to fail, so he's going to use the reroll right there, and going to get 1 at 36 there, and going to get himself KO'd for his troubles. And now this is the opportunity. Should get that blitz away, get that gut to run away. He doesn't have sidestep or anything like that, so should be able to get him away. And afterwards, an easy little touchdown coming up, unless he's going to get some type of huge nuffling himself. But it appears Gnomeslayer, he's seen enough. Turn 8 touchdown. Last minute aggressions not really working out for the guts runners, but a very nice try. Didn't even need to jump through any kind of crazy tackle zones, just a few 3+s, and afterwards get it in for the touchdown. Gnomeslayer, 1-0. Xbox crew is celebrating this early aggression and this early touchdown here. And I wouldn't say early touchdown, the early lead, I should say. And now with turn 8, and unfortunately for the Skaven team, did not shape anybody up to be a huge 1-move touchdown threat, but let's see how he does with just a normal movement allowance gutter runner 1 turn. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Will be a little bit more difficult here to pull off because he does have those Fen linemen, and won't be able to follow up so easily. So it's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable to get the 1-move touchdown, but I kind of don't think there's going to be any real possibility of it because of that. And with the Fen, Just don't think so here. It does have the sidestep Gutter Runner. And with the Gutter Runner, with the 9 movement outs, we'll have 11 total. And don't forget, it's 13 total here. He's got 12 spaces, and then the 13th is the touchdown. So all he needs is 2 pushes here. So I guess not extremely bad, but still a little bit uncomfortable. And I think not enough Skaven team on this pitch to actually do well. 2 did wake up from the KO roll. Nice little pointing out there, King. And that's going to be great for the Skaven team. And it is going to be 4 more in there. Still going to be at the end of turn 8. And so he will have another shot here to get more KO'd Skaven to come back for his team. So that's going to be great. There's the blitz. And with that fend, he's going to have to move up. And there, oh, it's going to get a defender down die. And going to stop things up here. Boy, did actually have a nice chance at it. But not gonna be finishing out due to the defender down die. A little bit too hard of a hit, and that will end all things. Boy, actually had a really good shot at that, in fact, and so almost gets that 1 move touchdown try there. Halftime though, 1-0. Gnomeslayer avoids the 1 move touchdown try from the Skaven team, but it's definitely not over yet. Now, how is the Skaven team going to conduct his offense here? Will he score it quickly, or will he just try to do the ground and pound? He does get his Rat Ogre back, and that is great. Unfortunately, though, the Claw with the Mighty Blow, Storm Vermin is going to continue to stay out, but I guess not too big of a deal. It's not going to be the one with that tackle ability, Storm Vermin, so he's going to have the better of the 2 Storm Vermin back here. And this one actually was not KO'd or anything like that, but still, that's going to be nice to at least have this Storm Vermin up, and would have been nice to have the other one, but it is what it is at the moment, and at least he'll be able to have his nice threatening big Rat Ogre in the front lines. That's why we get him. Alright, and now with a couple of more KOs coming back, he's precisely getting that number there. He got what? A whole bunch KO'd, and then he got 2 back, and then he got another 2 back here on another KO roll. So he's exactly getting this what the statistics say that he should get back. So pretty good stuff for the Skaven team. Getting back the proper amount of guys here, and should be able to get a nice easy touchdown here, barring some type of back-to-back injuries here against the Skaven crew. But even then, as long as you have 1 Gutter Runner on the pitch, they are always in danger of doing some nice big damage against this Bretonnian team here. Pro no reroll, so it's going to have the both down die, but luckily he does have that Juggernaut, so the Juggernaut does make that both down die on a blitz to produce a push, and not able to get that pro reroll though. That's a little bit unfortunate, but now this blocker way out of position here, and gonna be thinking to himself, oh boy, better get himself out of danger pretty quickly. So Skaven team, what he should do is make it to where he will have a tougher time in bashing back here, maybe. Looks like the Gutter Runner will move up. Skaven team is gonna have a lot of aggression here, lots of offense on the second half, so that he can threaten it whenever he needs to. But sure hands miss pickup, but I believe none of the Bretonnian teams are in range at this moment. As long as he's got a Gutter Runner, he's got a team. Indeed. So the Bretonnians, I don't think they're in range of this. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He might be able to mark up the ball with the Bretonnian Knight right here, and that's about it. Everybody else is going to be a little bit too short to help out on the movement allowance, but we'll see. If I was the Bretonnians, I would probably do it here. Why not? Get 2 go for it rolls, mark it up right over there, make it all sorts of inconvenient here if I can do it. And so far, Bretonnians are playing quite strong. Gonna get all the moves away first, then get the nice solid blitz, and then do these crazy GFIs coming up. And I wouldn't even call these crazy whatsoever, but he will try it right there, and why not? Get that reroll here. It's gonna make this ball pickup quite uncomfortable. And so will be able to get there and also mark up the ball pickup carrier. So that is pretty good stuff here. He's going to have to help out right here. He's going to have to dodge away from the front line. 3+ dodge, but he gets it anyways. 2-die blitz. Does get the push, and he will be able to slide tonight. Unfortunately, no side stuff here, but that is a-okay. Did take away the blitz here on this offensive try, and with that aggression shown by this blitzer, we should see the thrower coming up. Make this throw right there. Should be a 3+ throw. Looks like a 3+ with the accurate. And we'll be able to get the 2+ catch. Yes, he is going to be the 3+ with that 2+ catch. And gonna move over here, get the 2-die block, open things up a little bit easier, and yes, get the 2-die block with the defender down. And he is also gonna get the break armor, but it looks like it's just gonna be a stun, and gonna get a nice, easy, quick touchdown here from the Skaven crew. And that is a quick Skaven offense executed to perfection. The question, though, that you have to ask yourself is, will the Skaven team be able to play some nice defense? Though the Bretonnian team, they have definitely proven that they can play some pretty nice ground and pound on you. And not only that, the Bretonnian team, loads of guys with that tackle and the mighty blow, has been able to get a bunch of KOs against the Skaven team and get a bunch of injuries here. So we'll see. Oh, that's terrible. So far he's been getting the proper amount coming back there, but now 2 KO personnel not going to come back, and that is really bad here for this Skaven team. Not able to get his guys back here, but at least he'll be able to get, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Skaven on the pitch. No extras to come in, unfortunately, but it is going to be 8 on 11. Still with the gutter runners on the pitch, always have a chance, and with that rat ogre, like I said in the onset of this game, a very nice cage cracker for you, and he should be able to have some sorts of threats by the end. So Skaven team needs to pull out all the stops. If he's able to get to the ball and try to get away, then it'll be a whole lot easier. And if anything, push this into overtime, hopefully win the coin toss and get the win on the offensive series if he's able to win the coin toss. So he's got plenty of opportunities there, but it is going to be the Bretonnians' slight advantage at this point, and he needs to get these KOs, if anything, or even better yet, some more injuries on the Skaven team. He's going to hope to get any better shot here. Moving up the 30-player lineman, I'm a little bit surprised at that. No foul coming up from him. I would have liked to have seen him come in and just put in the foul, and as you see there, the Skaven team gonna put the thrower in the front line, thinking that he's not gonna need him in the long run and don't want to put any of these other guys in risk. So there's the blitz. Gonna try to continue to take down any guard Bretonnians, and that is a good opportunity to try to take down a key piece here. That guard Bretonnian has been helping out, getting out those 2-die blocks there. And there's the aggression, as I kind of said before. Skaven team needs to show something here, because if he allows this Bretonnian team to get caged up, then it will be all but over. They just ground and pound you to death, and so this is why we have 4 gutter runners on the pitch. Move them around to the best spots, and I would have liked to see somebody here on the right side if possible. And actually going to mark up right there. I don't like this right here. Easy 2-die block. And should be able to get that storm vermin down. So I don't like this base right there. I would have liked maybe 1 off here and at least make it to where he spends the blitz on him. But now with this guy touching him up, should be able to get the block off, and then the blitz with the 2-die block with the tackle even. So I'm not liking this too much, but at this point it's gonna be okay, I suppose. It'll be okay, Vici. It'll be okay. But I don't like this. Easy 2-die block and then a 2-die blitz coming up here on that gutter runner with tackle. Big KO. And that is 1 less gutter runner on the pitch. And that's going to be too bad. Skaven team needs every little bit at this point. And there's the 2-die block I was talking about. But he actually did it with the guy with tackle. So that's that right there. But he does have the 2-die block still with the lineman, so he's gonna do it right there. Does get the 1-die block. Ooh, Dauntless almost again not working out here for those Knights. That's why they come inherent with them, so that they can stand toe-to-toe against those big players up on the pitch. But luckily, again, 1-die block turning out okay-ish for this Bretonnian team. Does get the both down die, does finally get down that big rat ogre presence in the middle of the pitch. And right now is gonna, oh yes, get that nice pro reroll here. That is beautiful. With that pro reroll, no need to use the team reroll and lose it due to the loner. So that's really great to have, especially on a wild animal. That way you can have loads of chances to get that guy back up and not needing to blitz all the time with them or make blocks. Nice 2-die block, gonna get that Storm Vermin right up front. The Bretonnian team has been able to get the cage up, so we'll see how much better the Skaven team will be able to put some type of pressure here against that ball carrier. But for right now, it is looking okay right now. Skaven is making it a little bit uncomfortable, I have to tell you that much, but being uncomfortable and being quite pressured are two different things. Nuffle always driving the bus. You might not call them crazy, but Nuffle always is driving the bus. Oh yeah. And there another KO, and so the KO is going to be producing the Apothecary. And the Skaven team has not had too many big injuries, but KOs after more KOs, and the Bretonnian team has been able to just capitalize on the numbers advantage and move the ball with almost great ease here. So the Skaven team has to really pull out all the stops now with the Bretonnian ball carrier going up the right side, but more KOs here. And if ever a time for those to come out, this is it right here for the Bretonnian team. Xbox crew is getting a little bit more rowdy on the sideline as they see that they might be able to take their first win in this tournament. Gnomeslayer providing some type of hope here, a glimmer, but nonetheless it is a light. And the Skaven team is gonna really need to pull out something, but I don't know what it's gonna be at this point. But here's the cage dive with the 5+ dodge in there. Yes, he's gonna be able to get there, but the 2 red die block doesn't come out true, and oh, not gonna get any more out of it. More skulls. And he's going to KO himself to boot. And with that try here, that was going to be the ball hawk with that wrestle. And also the Dauntless ability. And so with him out of the ball game, I do believe that right there ends just about all of the hope for the Skaven team and trying to stifle up this ball carrier. And that is just too bad at this point. Just over here, I think, to Skaven team. They're still going to do some more cage dives, but with no wrestle ability, it is going to be a whole lot more difficult to get there. And that's kind of why I like taking line rats with that wrestle ability. And I know that they were limited by skills and by the number of which they can have that many, but still, it's just one of those things which I'm just going to bring up. And it's nothing that the Skaven team's fault or anything like that, but just saying that just in general, you guys out there, Skaven, line rats, get some wrestle there. They'll be able to get some. It also protects them and also gets to the ball carrier, and also with that, less chances of them going out. But we'll see here. Bretonnian team's not going to score it as of yet, so Skaven team knows that he's got a couple of extra turns to stop him, so this is not over yet, but it is going to be a whole lot more difficult. If anything, he needs to jump in with the tackle Storm Vermin? I don't know. Something like that. But that doesn't help right there. He's going to have to use up yet another reroll, and Gerdleah, he is in trouble. Bretonnians now, turn 15. He's definitely not going to score it as of yet. He's going to wait on this one here. Actually, turn 14 because he had the bottom of the half. So Yes, Bretonnian team's gonna have to hold it for 3 more turns, if anything. So, Skaven team, 2 more turns left to try to get to that ball and take it out. If anything, just force overtime. If you could possibly do it, then maybe get the ball back in overtime, like I said. And after that, prove the 1-turner, maybe even 2-turner, and get that touchdown. So far, so good, though. Bretonnian's gonna get that nice hard cage up, gonna put guard everywhere, force the 2 red die block if it's gonna come out here. And that's the only thing left here in the tank, I do believe. But the blitz with the storm vermin, just gonna try to get him a little bit closer, I guess. But will it be enough here? Oh, actually gonna use the last reroll right there. I'm a little bit surprised that he did, because he's gonna have to do the cage dive 1 more time here, and he's gonna need that reroll. So I'm not sure about that one. I would have actually let that one go, but I guess the Skaven team envisioned moving his line rat right there, and then after that move the gutter runner 2 spaces here. So I think right now a little bit of a rage reroll, because you definitely should not have rerolled right there if he was gonna try for 1 more desperation attempt. And I realized that it's going to be a very small percentage shot of actually getting that ball out, but I mean, crazier things has happened. Double defender down die, or even a... He's going to have to jump in there with the tackle, I think. There's no other way on the 6+ dodge in there. So you do it with the storm vermin, so that way you'll have the defender downs and the defender's stumbles on the 2 red die block, making it into a 1 in 18 shot that you're going to get that ball out with a 2 red die block. But I mean, what are the chances, right? You need to get the 6+, and then the 1 in 18 shot at getting all that happening, and then after that the scatter's got to come out true for you in a great spot so that your gutter runner can pick it up. And then after that, he's possibly going to have to make a 4+, 5+ throw to someone else, and then another handoff to someone else after that to get the ball away. So it's just all kinds of madness here, but it appears that the gutter runner is going to be the one making the jump, and he gets all of it, and he gets the 2 red die block, but just going to get a push here, and a nice try here from the gutter runner. Does actually get the 2 die block, and actually was a 3 red die block here, and boy, oh boy, actually lucks out big time, and we'll be able to get that push out. And that's about it here. So with this gutter runner standing right there, gonna make it a little bit uncomfortable, but honestly this is not a big deal for the Bretonnian team. After a 3 die block right there, should be able to take him out there, out of the way, and does get the defender down die. What could possibly go wrong, says Scum, and it looks like everything at this point. And with that big hit, we'll open things up. No need for anything else. Bretonnian team gets their touchdown. Gnomeslayer, the luck box, 2-1, and the Xbox crew finally is gonna get their win. Just a quick recap though, definitely the biggest thing that had won the game for the Bretonnian team. Loads of KOs done against the Skaven team. Blocks were about even, but the armor value brace coming out true for this Bretonnian team time after time, and was able to get the numbers advantage all the way through and be able to capitalize quite easily on the advantage there, and does get that nice little win here. Much needed win, quite honestly, against anyone for that matter, and the Xbox crew gets their first win here and makes the series 2-1. And so with a couple of extra wins coming out here, hey, Xbox crew might be able to pull something out of the hat here. Just needs to have Timidius win against Fanfox, and then Chelsea Zola taking out the Dark Elf team of the PlayStation crew. But we'll see what's going to be coming up next. More cross-platform come to come. We're going to see Wood Elf taking on this Lizard Man team, and this is going to be a real doozy right there. Who is going to get the better of it right here? Just a moment, guys. I'm just going to take a real quick sip of my drink, and I'll be right back, guys, with more Blood Bowl action. And we're going to go all the way through here with more. We're going to have Champions Cup action coming up right afterwards. So don't you guys go away in just a moment.